Malik Rose, Rasho Nesterovic, Manu Ginobili, and Jason Hart, one of 5 point guards who have played for the Spurs in camp, in the exhibition season, and in the regular year.
Kevin, I think the big question tonight for San Antonio, we know they're going to compete. We know they have great heart. The question, can they score enough points? Their starting 5 averages 39 points a game. The Lakers, 87.5.
We go inside as Payton dishes it off to Shaquille O'Neal. Nesterovic with some defense, and Rose is there, and a foul called. It's on the Spurs, and they're going to put it on Hart. First on him.
This will visually give you an idea of what I was talking about with our graphic, but the numbers, this is what the starters for the Spurs are averaging going into this game, 39 points. You see the Lakers have 87.5 points. The Lakers have 6 guys averaging in double figures. But interestingly enough, when we talked to Greg Popovich before the game, I thought, you know, he'd want to keep the tempo down, try to keep the game in the 80s. He says, Doug, we're going to run, because if we don't, we won't be able to score in the half court. So look for them to push the tempo here and try to get early offense if they can.
They'll want to do that. Shaq goes 1 of 2 from the line. He was 8 of 9 in his first 9 free throws in Milwaukee on Tuesday. And here's Manu Ginobili. And the former Minnesota Timberwolf, Nesterovic, gets his own miss and puts it in.
He is really starting to come alive. He's had 2 very good back-to-back games. You can see him starting to feel much more comfortable in his San Antonio Spurs uniform.
Our officials tonight, Jess Kersey, Mark Davis, and Jack Neese, a veteran crew. Good pass. Shaq into Kobe Bryant.
Well, you can see off the ball, this is where Kobe is playing so much more this year, not handling the ball as much, saving his energy for the 4th period. It was very, very important in Milwaukee the other night. He had 13 points in the 4th quarter to help him pull that game out.
Here's Nesterovic against Shaquille O'Neal. And Rasho hits his first 2 shots. He is coming off a 13-point, 14-rebound game against Memphis a couple nights ago.
You know, Kevin, his first 2 games of the season, he had played 31 minutes total. He had not played 1 minute at all in the 4th period. That has now changed as he's gotten better.
40-year-old Karl Malone. Kobe Bryant off balance and down the lane. Shaq gobbles it up and puts it in.
If the Spurs have a weakness, especially without Duncan in the game, it's their defensive rebounding. They're going to have to do a good job. The Lakers, one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the league.
Here's Jason Hart, who played at Syracuse. He was cut from 2 different NBA camps this fall. Lands in San Antonio. Ginobili for 3.
That is huge. But Ginobili has really been struggling. Actually, he shot the 3 pretty well at 35%, but he's been shooting 30% from the 2-point line, so he needs to find his offensive legs.
There's Shaq. And Karl Malone, who is averaging a double-double, 15 points and 10 rebounds a game. Ginobili with the rebound. Lakers a good rebounding ball club. They get it inside to Malik Rose, who fumbles it away, and Gary Payton comes the other way for Los Angeles.
Got to be very careful in traffic. Lakers have quick hands. They look to get out in transition now a lot more than they did last year, as Payton finds Karl Malone easily inside.
And now Hart to Bruce Bowen, who led the NBA a season ago in 3-point shooting. Nesterovic will set a screen, and Bowen from 2. And Malone was held, but he gets the rebound. 35-year-old Gary Payton down the lane and scoops it off with Nesterovic defending. And the Spurs the other way. Jason Hart throws, and he throws it away. Picked up by Kobe Bryant. Into the trailing Gary Payton, up and down.
Turnovers coming out with Kobe on the break.
Each team has hit a 3-point shot so far in this game as Nesterovic goes across the lane. 5 of 7 and a game-high 10 for Nesterovic. And the Lakers come the other way, having hit their last 4 consecutive shots. And a foul assessed on Nesterovic, number 1 on him. He's taking the place during the season for David Robinson. Tonight he's replacing Duncan and Robinson. That's a tall order.
You know, Kevin, as a coach, you never want injuries, but sometimes it helps players grow. And with Duncan being out of the lineup, it's forced Nesterovic now to be a bigger part of what this team is trying to do. So when Duncan comes back, he should be the better for it as well as the team. Most everything the Spurs used to go through David Robinson, then he passed the torch to Tim Duncan, and now this young guy, Rasho Nesterovic, is really starting to take a big step in the right direction for this team.
Kevin Willis has just taken his place. New Lakers Derek Fisher, who is having a great season coming. Ryan Russell, a guy you had with Washington a season ago, and now a Laker with a miss. And clutched onto by Jason Hart.
Bryant's going to have to start knocking that open jump shot, and he's 4 of 12 on the season, only 1 of 7 for 3. He's going to get that shot with this team, Kev.
Here's Turkoglu into Robert Horry, who won a couple of championships with the Lakers. And a foul as he tries to go inside on Devin George, who picks up his first foul. Malone screen. Carl against Robert Horry. These two have battled for years. Rebound by Kevin Willis. And look at the 41-year-old Willis run down court. Shane Heal inside Willis, who was unsuspecting of the pass. Turkoglu comes up with it.
Both teams overpassing a little bit now, actually being too unselfish. Got to take that open look, Kevin, when it's there.
Heal, shot clock at 3 for Shane Heal. Oh, and he nails a 3.
He won't pass it up.
And the San Antonio Spurs lead by 5. Horace Grant, who won a championship with Phil Jackson in Chicago. Bryant, and he throws it away. That is turnover number 7 for the Los Angeles Lakers. Here come the Spurs. They've turned it over 3 times. Now 4 for the game.
Now Kevin Willis took his eye off that when he wanted to shoot that jump hook before he caught the ball.
Fisher, he always calms him down.
Steady. Boy, he's just so confident in his shot. Here they knocked the Lakers out, and the Spurs out in the playoffs. He shot lights out in the playoffs.
Heal again. He's a streaky shooter. Offensive rebound by Robert Horry going inside. Ginobili! And couldn't convert. Here come the Lakers shooting 46% from the field. And again. And into Malone. Horry defending. Foul on Horry. Count the 2. Malone to the line.
See, Horace Grant is so comfortable in this triangle offense. He's more of a passer than a scorer. So when he catches the ball in, he's looking for the pass. And if you watch him, he had Malone in his vision the whole time, found him, missed the shot. But then the extra effort by Karl Malone, the opportunity for the three-point play. Karl Malone's gotten off to a great start here this year.
Robert Horry just picked up his second. Here is Karl Malone at the free throw line. Completes the three-point play. So Malone with 5 points, 5 rebounds. Game right now is 6 for San Antonio. Lakers have led by as many as 3 in a game that has consisted of 11 lead change. And the foul on Mercer for the first time.
You know, when you look at the Lakers bench, other than Derek Fisher, they really don't have guys that can score on that team that's coming off the bench. I mean, right now, Kareem Rush is not shooting the ball well. Brian Russell's not shooting it well. So really the only guy they can count off coming off the bench, Horace Grant is not really going to score for him. So I mean, Derek Fisher has to be that guy to give them some points when they're resting some of their starters.
A fantastic 4 is back in for Los Angeles, including Kobe Bryant, who nails another from outside. And Bryant has started 4 of 6 in the field. He's got a Laker high 9 points tonight. It's Bowen. Screened by new instated Malik Rose, and Bruce Bowen taking it inside. Shaq has his second block shot. And Kobe Bryant the other way. Nails it again. He's got the stroke tonight.
If I'm not mistaken, he's played the whole game, too, so you know his conditioning is better. He was playing in like 8-minute stretches the first few games. Now, he's played this entire time, so he's played like 18 minutes straight, Kevin.
It's Shane Heal for 3. Bowen volley balls it to Nesterovich. Now to Mercer. And he has started 3 of 3 coming off the bench. Ron Mercer, who last year played for the Indiana Pacers. Here's Shaq. And O'Neal's got 8 points, 6 rebounds, and across the lane and over to Nesterovich.
Mercer was late getting down there again when performance against Milwaukee. He scored 13 of his 31 points in the fourth quarter. The Lakers finished on a 24-10 run. And a big part of his success is Gary Payton now pushing that ball up the floor so Kobe can be fresh at these times. You can see his numbers, the big shots, the big plays. And tonight he's gotten off to a great start once again. Kevin, I was wrong. He did get a couple minutes rest at the end of that first period. He has played 16 minutes but 11 points. But the game is coming easy. He's playing much more efficiently, not working as hard. And this will be much more beneficial to he and the Lakers as the season wears on.
He also has a game-high 2 steals, so the 11 of Bryant is a game-high. 10 for Nesterovic leads the San Antonio Spurs. And here comes Kobe Bryant, 1-on-4 in traffic, handcuffed in a straitjacket, and got it to go. What a play! He was in a thicket of Spurs defenders and got it.
Well, he's starting to get his legs back. You can see that. It always comes when you can see it with the offense and just the finesse that he has. The ball makes a nice drive, but Kobe is starting to get that feel once again and that swagger. You can see his confidence rising with every game.
Yeah. Lakers have gone 1 of 2, shooting threes. O'Neal inside, over to Nesterovic. Rose had it, vacuums it in. Here comes San Antonio the other way. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3, shooting the 3-ball tonight. Nesterovic, O'Neal, little 2-man game. Shaq is right there. Out of bounds, shot clock at 13.
Inbound play and a careless play by Bruce Bowen as Kobe just stepped back into the passing lane. And Kevin, you describe it, the up and under, slicing between 2 players, kissing the ball off the glass. Beautiful play.
Von Mercer has come in, and in every shot he has thrown up, and that's his first miss right there, and the rebound is saved by Karl Malone. Gary Payton. Puts the gas inside, Nesterovic kicked it. Played soccer as a youth in Slovenia. We saw some of his prowess right there. So we've got the leading scorers as you take a look at Phil Jackson. Lineups, Mercer, Bowen, Malik Rose for the San Antonio Spurs, along with Jason Oak and Nesterovic.
Phil is just trying to nurture this team along as they continue to grow with one another, get everybody back into the mix, new faces. Careless passes tonight, but I think the Lakers are trying to make the spectacular pass rather than the simple pass. Their turnovers have been down on the season, 27 assists a game, but tonight they're trying to thread passes. That's 9 turnovers now for the Lakers.
Rick Fox, you just saw him coming back from surgery about Christmas, New Year's. He'll be back in the lineup for the Lakers, and they'll have to make a roster decision. George, O'Neal, Peyton, Malone, and Kobe Bryant, the 5 for the Los Angeles Lakers. And Jason Hart, in his second NBA season, has 6 points in a rare start in his career. Malone, nice jump off inside, and a twirling Gary Payton finally corkscrews free and gets it.
That's what he used to do against Seattle. He'd get down on that baseline, get down underneath the basket, and he's a whirling dervish down there. Just has another turnover by Malik Rose, a careless play. Ron Mercer was going to go back door, and Malik Rose just turned to swing the basketball. And that's 4 turnovers now from Malik Rose. You can't have that out of a power forward. That's maybe your point guard, but not your power forward, Kevin.
11 lead changes in this game. Knocked away. Shot clock at 16. Evan George, who played at a small Division III school outside Minneapolis, where he grew up.
He's having a very good year, too. You talked about it. He's shooting the ball exceptionally well, rebounding very, very well. Playing at a very high level for this Laker team.
And Shaquille O'Neal, he's got 10. Plows his way into Nesterovic. It's a game-high 12 for O'Neal. Both teams shooting 50% from the floor. Nesterovic. 8 rebounds now in the game for Malone, and a whistle. 14 for Shaq. That's leading everybody. And a foul called on the play. Nesterovic is tagged with his second of the game. It's the Alamo here in San Antonio, with 2 of the best teams in the NBA right here on TNT.
Without the basketball, and it made basketball a lot easier for me.
Well, the Lakers do get some fast breaks now. We're going to take a look at Shaquille O'Neal's running right down the middle of the floor. And what he's going to do is he's going to put his head right under the rim, and he's going to point for the basketball right here. But the important thing is look at the spacing. Nobody to give help now. And so now the ball goes right inside to Shaquille O'Neal, and he powers the ball right up to the basket. That's 13 fast break points for the Lakers out of their 43 points. So almost 25% of their offense, 30% of their offense has come with early running. That's how they're different this year with Gary Payton.
Shaq will be at the free throw line. Kobe Bryant, and there was a great story in the Los Angeles Times how he is now relying on Michael Jordan for advice, Doug, on how to handle the media and other matters. He sought the same advice from MJ a couple years ago as well.
I can't think of anybody he could learn from better, because nobody was under the microscope more than Michael Jordan. And the guy was incredible. I was with him for 5 years, and I don't know how he did it, but he handled it like a champ, and he could be a great mentor for Kobe.
Lakers are on a 7-0 run. And Malik Rose across the lane. Rose now with his first 2 points tonight, 1 of 3 from the field. Janelle Pargo is an undrafted kid out of Arkansas, picked off by Rose. He'll go flying the other way. And the San Antonio Spurs have climbed on top of the Lakers again. The San Antonio Spurs, without their 2 best players, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, are leading the Los Angeles Lakers 49-46 with Dick Collins and Kevin Harlan. For the game, we didn't know how they were going to do it. So I'm going to ask you right now, how are they doing it?
Well, both these teams have championship heart, Kevin. We know championships of the last 5. But what the Spurs have done tonight, they've played with great emotion. They've gotten out and attacked in the open court, and they've had guys that have been able to produce, and the numbers will show that they've been able to score points off turnovers. They've been able to get out in transition. And Rasho Nesterovic, 12 points, 32 for the starters. Those guys were only averaging 39 going into the game. So it was an interesting thing. But you see the numbers, the Spurs shooting 50%, 36% on the season, 11 assists, 16 points off turnovers, 17 to 4 from the bench. And again, the starters who had only averaged 39 going into the game already have 32. I think the big question is going to be, are they going to get worn down? They played with a lot of emotion. Can they keep this up for 48 minutes?
So let's look at our G game summary. And here comes Manu Ginobili working on Devin George. And a foul as Ginobili wheels inside. He's out there with Nesterovic, Malik Rose, Bruce Bowen, Jason Hart. That is the San Antonio 5. Second personal foul goes on Devin George. The Fantastic Four is on the floor for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Malone, Peyton, and the 5th member, the 5th Beatle, as they say, Devin George.
Well, Devin George had a very quiet first half, 0 of 2. He did not score. Lakers normally have 6 guys in double figures, so the balance wasn't quite as good tonight. Let's see if Devin George can get involved.
Undefeated Los Angeles, 3-2 San Antonio, and let's go over to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin and Doug. I spoke to assistant coach Jim Clemens, and he said, look, the 11 turnovers in the first half were extremely costly, 16 points. He said, right now, we're playing too quick. We need to slow it down and play within our means. He said we need to execute our half-court offense, and defensively in the second half, look for the Lakers to tighten it up, guys.
Kobe out there working on the perimeter on Bruce Bowen, who gave him fits in the playoffs a season ago. And Kobe puts one in again. He has been right on the money, 7 of 9.
Kobe was doing a little finger wag at the crowd after he made that shot. He fell over, did a back slip.
Ginobili with the Malik Rose brush. Oh, and he got it. There's a 3 and a foul. And Ginobili now with 11. He has played so well tonight. He's gone 3 of 4. He has hit both of his 3-point offerings. And that's a 3rd foul called on Devin George.
Well, Devin George felt like that Ginobili stuck his leg out there a little bit like Cheryl's brother Reggie used to like to do, sort of kick that leg out and spin around and get that 3-point shot and the foul. I think you've been watching tapes of Reggie Miller on that play.
We just saw a 4-point play, and the Spurs have their biggest lead now of 7 in the lane. Hanging is Malone, got his own miss, goes up again, a foul. It looked like Nesterovic was the one. Yeah, waving the finger. Oops.
Watch what he does here, though. It's like, hey, nothing happened. Just flip right up and get right into that defensive stance.
There's a great story about Kobe the other night in Milwaukee. He's got a little 9-month-old daughter, he and Vanessa do, and he's on the road working, obviously, and via the internet, he was able to watch his little 9-month-old girl's first steps via a webcam.
That is amazing. Really is. I can relate to that a little bit. I've got a little 8-month-old grandson who's out crawling, so I can't wait for those first steps myself. Kevin.
You're a lucky man.
Yes, I am.
Karl Malone. And the offensive rebound, Devin George finally corrals Gary Payton, who spent last year with both Seattle and Milwaukee, and Shaq in great shape. Best shape he's been, they think, in the last 4 years. Devin George sucked it away in a whistle. And foul is on Kobe, and it's his second.
Now watch him in from behind, right there, right on top of the wrist. Mark Davis all over that. Kobe thought he got away with one, but the referee in great position to make that call. I've been very impressed with the Spurs have come out at halftime. They've taken that emotion and they've got the crowd right back in this game. There's a real buzz in here now.
I don't think anybody expected this.
Charles did. He predicted this Spurs were going to win.
Except Charles Barkley, you're right. Ginobili. Almost picked off by Bryant. Rose gets it. Shot clock at 5. Hands because Shaq and Malone had committed one way.
Okay. Kobe went for the steal, got himself out of position, and then Shaq committed. It's twice now Ginobili has those easy dunks.
9-point lead is the biggest of the game. Here come the Lakers, shooting 48% from the floor. Devin George has not scored. He's 0 of 2. Shaq with the ball. He's got 15. Ostorovich grabs the rebound. The Spurs the other way, shooting 52%. Wide open, Bowling for 3. And that was the #1 3-point shooter in the NBA a season ago.
Boy, they were very close to taking a double-digit lead. I would have been very surprised had Phil called timeout. He loves for his team to sort of play through these things early in the season.
And to Kobe. Great pass by Shaq. Neal's got a couple of assists tonight.
That was a gorgeous back bounce pass.
Ginobili quickly up and shoved and fouled by Devin George.
The big man really has a great feel for the game. He sees the double team and look on the baseline. Kobe with a great cut. That's 3 baskets that Kobe has now, cutting away from the basketball. That's the position in the triangle that Michael made famous. The scoring position. Scottie Pippen played where Peyton does. Kobe played where Michael used to play in that triangle, and so many opportunities when you learn how to read that defense.
Devin George has 4 personal fouls, and he just got slapped with a technical as Derek Fisher will take his place.
Well, Devin George has to be careful. Right now the Lakers playing a little bit shorthanded with Rick Fox being injured and some of their forwards struggling a little bit.
George picks up 3 fouls in 2.5 minutes from this third quarter alone.
See, the Stars can get away with saying a little bit more. Unfortunately, Devin, you have not quite earned that yet. It'll come in time. Keep playing the way you're playing, and you'll get a little bit more freedom to beef a little bit.
Ginobili knifing his way through the heart of the Laker defense.
How about this Ginobili? He's having a sensational night. Guarding Gary Payton, doing it all on the offensive end as well.
Ginobili, 15 points, 6 assists. He's got 8 points in the quarter. Shaquille O'Neal.
He's the toughest guy in the league to roll and mishandle the ball and put Kevin Willis in a position to fail.
Here's Shaquille O'Neal. And he's fouled inside and goes tumbling down, and you can feel it shake all the way over here. And a body that big is in that kind of motion, hits the ground that hard. It's hard not to feel. 2 fouls off Kevin Willis.
Well, Kevin Willis is not going to give up a layup, and he takes the hard foul. And once Shaq's weight starts going forward like that, as coordinated as he is, he just could not gain his balance. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
How about a year ago at this time for Shaq, coming back slowly from his surgically repaired toe? You know, with him gone, it was 11-19 dismal start for the Los Angeles Lakers. The NBA on TNT returns next Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Rockets take on the Mavericks. Kings battle the Trailblazers. TNT Thursday. Let the truth be told.
Well, the truth right now might be that the Rockets are the 2nd-best team in the West with Duncan out. Now, with Duncan playing, I would have to say it's the Lakers and the Spurs, and then Jeff Van Gundy has that Houston team playing very, very well right now. Dallas is struggling. Minnesota's struggling. Sacramento's playing pretty well. So interesting makings and doings going on in the Western Conference right now. Jeff has done a great job in Houston.
Another lane violation. Houston, #1 in points allowed, #1 shooting team in the NBA. #1 are the Rockets in field goal defense. And you're right, 3-1 tied for first place with Utah in the Midwest.
Game's starting to get a little chippy right now. Kevin, elbows are getting up. Hard fouls taken. Let's watch what happens here. Referee's going to have to grab a hold of this.
And they got Malik Rose over Malone. Rebound by Shaquille O'Neal. Rebounding in the game, Lakers +8. Across the lane, Karl Malone.
That's exactly where he loved to play in Utah. The little transition break. He gets right to that strong side post.
Far out O'Neal is doubling it with Kobe. Shot clock is down to 6 for Bruce Bowen.
That was great possession coming out of the timeout. Ginobili did a nice job of stringing out the defense and then the extra pass, and Bowen finally was able to make an open shot.
How about all those numbers as they go inside with Shaq? Oh, and he slams it down. And Shaq with a game-high 22 points. O'Neal came into tonight as the number 14 scorer in the NBA so far. 7th in rebounding. Hart through traffic and dishing outside. Bowen for 3. Here comes Payton on the move. Bryant his side. 2-on-1. Kobe shoved by Ginobili in a foul.
See, the problem is when you take a corner jump shot, that's the best shot to fast break off of if you miss it, because you got guys buried below that free throw line. When Bruce Bowen took that jump shot, the Lakers were off and running. This is danger time right now for the Spurs. It's been a very emotional start. They've come out here in this third period and played well. The Lakers are going to try to impose their will right now. The Spurs are going to have to stand strong right now. Kevin, it's going to be a critical 3 or 4 minutes.
I've been wondering, and a lot of people that watch the Lakers, Doug, wondering, is it how Kobe works around Shaq, Karl, and Payton, or the other way around?
Well, I think that come fourth quarter, that's when Kobe's going to be called upon.
In the game, 3 now for Willis on the floor, 3 for Kobe Bryant. Shaq has turned it over a couple times in the game, and outside, a 3 by Fisher will not go. Mercer, Hart, Bowen, he'll launch a 3.
You're an inch away from a layup on one end, and the Spurs get you a 3. That's how fragile and how fine line the game can be, Kevin.
The Spurs have gone 5 of 8 shooting 3-point shots. The Lakers 1 of 5. Look at Shaq inside with a myriad of moves, and on Kobe is in. Here comes Shaq. Inside, great pass. Payton couldn't get it. Nice defense by the San Antonio Spurs.
They're going to call 2 points. They're going to say goaltending on this. He's called goaltending, Kevin.
Count the 2, and it's a 2-point game after 3.
Let's see if the ball got off the backboard. Oh, that's a good block. That's not a good call. Now the question is going to be, is that a reviewable play since it was at the 0-0? If so, I think that will be called back.
Well, the Spurs had to dig deep the other night to beat Miami without Duncan and without Parker. Against the Lakers, they have needed to dig down to the abyss. But they've done it, leading by as many as 11. At the end of 3, they're up on the Lakers. As we head to the 4th with Doug Collins and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan, and Brian Russell out there with Kobe, Luke Walton, the rookie from Arizona, Horace Grant, and Derek Fisher. It's a Kobe 3, count, and he was fouled. Brian again, who is having a sensational shooting night, is 10 of 13, a game-high 23, and nails it. And Ginobili picks up his 3rd foul of the game.
Watch the hand right on the elbow. Now this will be interesting because if Kobe makes his free throws, the Lakers will take the lead. If he can make this 3-point lead, actually that was a 3. They only have 78 up on the board, so I don't know if that was a 3 or a 2, but the Lakers now are in the lead, either by 1 or 2. We'll have to correct the score.
He had his arm raised. Now they're changing it to a 2. They have just changed it to a 2, and the Lakers have a 1-point lead.
Can the Spurs now fight through this? They've given away the lead. The Lakers have taken it back. Can they finish the deal?
Turkoglu nails it out there with Ori, Ginobili, Shane Heal, and Malik Rose.
With this group on the floor, Kobe's going to be the main guy. They have to lock into him. This is his fourth quarter. He's fresh, and he's the guy out there now that's going to try to do all the scoring.
Lakers come in undefeated. The Spurs unbeaten at home. Kobe Bryant with the rare miss. Rebound by Ginobili. Spurs come in 3-2 overall. Ginobili trying to slash his way inside with the foul on the line. And Robert Horry is inside grinding on Walton. Shane Heal. Over Walton. And caught by Russell. Tim Duncan tonight sprained his ankle a couple nights ago, out 1 to 3 weeks. Of course, Tony Parker remains out. He's missed a handful of games, preseason and regular season both. He'll be out another couple games.
Somebody's got to come give help.
Rebound by Rose, outlet to Ginobili, shot by Russell. That's about the only way they've been able to stop Manu Ginobili tonight, as Russell is hit with his second foul of the evening.
See, no weak side defense. Normally this is a shot blocker coming over. No one there. Malik Rose is the only one underneath the basket. He's not big enough to bother Kobe. And then good foul here by Brian Russell. Otherwise, Ginobili would have turned the corner and probably had an easy basket. I'm expecting probably at the 8:59 mark at the timeout for Phil to come back with Shaq and maybe Gary Payton.
It's Horace Grant working on Malik Rose, and the shot clock is down to 10 across the lane. Rose. Rebound by Russell, and a Rose foul.
See, the one thing you don't want to do, Kevin, is commit a foul like that, because it starts getting you closer to being in the penalty, and free throws become vital in the fourth quarter when the game gets in the half court.
Quick tidbit, in 5 trips to the SBC Center, do you know that the Lakers have yet to win 2 during the regular season, 3 during the playoffs? And Doug, quick question, does that play, I know it's early on in the season, but does that play heavily in the Lakers' mind?
I think it does. I think until you beat a team in a building, especially being short-handed tonight, this would be an amazing win. You know, Cheryl, if the Spurs could hold on and get this without Parker and Duncan.
Here comes Fisher the other way for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kevin George back in. George is scoreless tonight. 0-3. Kobe. George. Stripped of the ball, knocked out of bounds. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Poor Devin George can't get a break. Thought he got fouled. He still has not scratched tonight. No points.
How about the free throw shooting? Spurs 21 of 23, Lakers 13 of 22.
The difference in the game right now is that free throw line. There's Devin George finally with a jumper to go.
Good smooth stroke. He's got his first 2 tonight. Lakers to within 3. Shane Heal, Starovich back in, Turkoglu on top. And Fox down the lane with a finger roll, counted for 2 and a foul.
This guy could be the difference in the game right here for the Spurs, because he can score. And he's big enough when he gets in the lane to be able to finish. Goes right around Brian Russell, beats him with a quick first step. Shaq comes over, Devin George comes over, the little flip at the basket. And that's a big...
Here's the roll. It seems like getting sufficient shots.
I think they all have. You know, their shot attempts are basically even. They're averaging 27 assists a game. And I think they have all said, you know what, we all have to be able to give a little bit here if this is going to work.
Rebound by Rose and the Shaq miss. Lane violation. That is the 3rd lane violation tonight on San Antonio, and all 3 have occurred when O'Neal has been at the line. You may not see that an entire season. We have seen it 3 times in 3 quarters.
The guy who used to do that with all the time was Anthony Mason. He had that little hitch in his shot, and that's a point you just gave away. That's big. Now all of a sudden now it's a 4-point game instead of a 5. And that's big come time to finish this game.
Nice fake by Turkoglu, and he was working on Payton, who was seduced into faking it, gambling. A foul on Gary Payton, that is number 3.
And that's more importantly in the penalty for San Antonio.
Ginobili, Shaq across the lane.
That was too easy.
O'Neal's got 28. 28 points and 12 rebounds. The only player in the game with the double-double. Ginobili again down the lane. Finger roll will not go. Rebound by Malone. Kobe at the other end. Saves it from going out of bounds. And scooped up by Nesterovic. 5.5 to play. Ginobili tried to slide it inside for Malik Rose and out of bounds off the Lakers.
See, Ginobili is one of these players that you've got to give him freedom to play. He's going to make some mistakes, but he is a relentless player, and he's going to keep attacking that basket. He's going to make spectacular plays, but he also going to make some turnovers. You just have to live with those.
Ginobili for three. Lakers every which way night, inside and out. 27 points, 9 in the fourth quarter. And Shaq goes right at Nesterovic and drives for two.
Well, the big diesel's got it rolling right now in the fourth quarter. The question is going to be, can San Antonio keep scoring enough to win the game? Because the Lakers are going to be able to score. Can the Spurs keep scoring?
That's the shooting right there. Hart. And this kid has come out of no place. A street free agent with 12 points and 4 assists on a 5 of 8 shooting night from the field.
No Duncan. This team's averaging 80 points a game with him. They have 98 against one of the better defensive teams.
Kobe Bryant. Oh, and he's had it tonight. 12 of 17 and 27 for Kobe Bryant. It's Nesterovic, Ginobili, Bryant late on the defense. Great offensive rebound by Nesterovic.
Jason Hart's got to be very careful. Kobe Bryant is leaking out after those shots. Jason Hart has got to protect the backcourt against fast breaks.
Here comes Hart. Nesterovic wide open. Picked up by Gary Payton, lost the ball. Here comes Devin George. Kobe, Ginobili faked out beautifully by Kobe Bryant, who then gets the loose ball and keeps it alive for the Lakers. Under 4 to play. George for three. Good! Devin George scoreless until the fourth quarter. He has put in 5, and the Lakers are back in business down by 4.
Loose balls. Gosh, you got to come up with those. Ginobili missed that by about a fraction. Devin George buried it.
Shot clock at 6.
This is where they're going to get themselves in trouble right here.
Hart. You're right. Shot clock violation.
This is what Pop had talked to us before the game. He knows if they get into a half-court game, they're going to struggle against the Lakers' half-court defense. Question is, how much do the Spurs have left? Can they push the tempo here the last 3:20?
San Antonio commits their first fourth quarter turnover. Spurs have turned it over 11 times. The Lakers have 15 turnovers in the game. Go inside. There's a foul. Hart down low, trying to guard, and he picks up number 3. 3:05 to play. Here's
11 championships or something.
Oh my God.
Man, tough crowd.
LA has missed 10 free throws tonight. That is the difference. Spurs by 3. Ginobili slashing his way down the lane. Picked up. Here comes Kobe at the other end with the fake and 2 and a foul. And Kobe Bryant finds 2 with the free throw. The Lakers can tie the game.
Remember I talked about transition defense. Jason Hart has got to get back. You see Greg Popovich talking right now to Bowen and Jason Hart. No one is protecting the backcourt. So as Ginobili goes to the basket and misses, Kobe is leaking out. Look, they throw ahead, and nobody's back there. Your point guard has to protect back. Lakers trying to get back in this game. To the basket. Both Jason Hart and Bowen slow getting back. Kobe now with the opportunity to tie this game. At the 4:53 mark, the Spurs led by 9.
Lakers have led by as many as 3, but that was early in the game. Spurs have led most of the game by as many as 11. We've had 15 lead changes, 8 ties, but number 9 might be in front of us. Spurs by 1. Bryant trying to complete the 3-point play and does. Kobe Bryant with 30 points, Shaq with 30, and 2:40 to play in regulation. Here comes Hart. Bryant is there, Ginobili out there along with Nesterovic, Rose, and Bowen, and a turnover. And the Lakers can take a lead here.
That was a tired play. This young guy spent so much energy.
Lakers on a 9-0 run. Here comes Shaq for the lead. Up and no, and picked up by O'Neal. Boy, there was so much colliding inside that congested lane, and a foul is called on the Spurs. They tag Ginobili with his 4th.
See, this is where you really miss the tall front line. See, the Lakers 16-6 in offensive rebounds. Kevin, you got Malik Rose, who's an undersized power forward in there, and Nesterovic. Normally, you got 2 big guys. It used to be Duncan and Robinson, Duncan and Nesterovic. Now, all of a sudden, you're losing that size, and the Lakers, those second shots punish you at the end of games. And you think Tim Duncan doesn't want to be out there right now? Look at those eyes, as he wants so desperately to try to help his team win this game.
Lakers have their first lead in a long time. Shaq missing that second free throw. And a foul on Devin George. That is number 6, and he is gone. He picked up 3 quick ones to begin the second half, and so now Phil Jackson's got to go to his bench.
The reason Mark Davis called that foul, if he didn't, he would have had to call a traveling violation, because Bowen came down and he walked with the ball because he was knocked off balance. But watch this now as Bowen goes up. He rebounds the ball and he gets caught up, and right there he travels with the basketball, so if he doesn't call the foul, he has to call the travel.
Bowen hits the first of 2 free throws, and he ties the game at 99. Free throw shooting tonight, the Lakers have gone 18 of 29, and the Spurs have gone 26 of 30 from the stripe. Lakers with Malone. Fisher takes the place that just fouled out. Devin George, Payton, Shaq, and Kobe.
No layups for Shaq right now, Kevin. You got to make him make free throws. You got to take a foul no matter what it takes.
Go inside, knocked away as Payton tried to squeeze the trigger. Nesterovic got a hand on it. The San Antonio Spurs have missed their last 4 shots. That's the game reset right there. 1:38 to play in regulation. Rose with Nesterovic given a screen, got it back on the deflection by Fisher. Here comes Payton. For the lead, Derek Fisher. Rebound by Bruce Bowen with 1:20 to play.
What a great rebound by Bruce Bowen. Looked like Shaq was going to get that ball. He just went and took it away from him. Great play. An 8-second violation here.
How about that by the young kid who was signed off the street, the 5th of 5 different point guards that the Spurs have had to use this year because of injury.
Now when it goes to 16 on the clock, it's a violation. So you're going to see what happens here. Bowen pulls it back, and the referees don't have to count. All they do is when they look up at 16, and right there 16, he's not crossed it yet. And that's the violation.
That's pretty close. It's the Lakers down by a point with 1:14 to play.
It's also, too, when you're defending the Lakers, they've got 5 guys out on the floor that you have to guard. Fisher can spot up and hit the shot. You can go to Kobe, you can go to Shaq, Malone, or Payton. So this is where the Lakers now have really deepened themselves with the addition of Malone and Payton.
Los Angeles Lakers tonight have shot 47% from the field. The San Antonio Spurs have shot 45%.
Again, you cannot let Shaq dunk or lay the ball in. If you can with Kobe Bryant, you try to make him a jump shooter as best you can. I would expect him to go to Kobe.
It's Kobe Bryant. Malone. Shaq inside. Shaquille O'Neal's got 33 points. And he puts the Lakers on top by 1.
Great execution.
Nesterovic. Malik Rose against Karl Malone. Go inside, it's a foul on Malone. Spurs have made only 2 points on their last 8 trips up the floor. Malone's got 4 fouls.
See, I think Derek Fisher could go back and help on that. Jason Hart is on the floor right now, and I think if there's anything you want them to do, make Jason Hart make a jump shot. They're isolating there with Rose, and we talked about his free throw shooting, 89% on the year. Last one, though, he pulled a string on, made only 1 of 2. He needs to get both of these.
The free throw attempts tonight, Doug, basically the same. It's been the makes at the line, which has been the difference. The Spurs have made 27 free throws. The Lakers have made only 18, but basically the same number of attempts both ways. Well,
the Lakers are a 65% free throw shooting team. That we know that that's one of their weaknesses.
Rose has 12 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds.
Pressure, he's made 2 of his last 4.
In time. Screen by Malone. Kobe Bryant's got 30. Over Rose. Rebound by Bowen.
Now you got to get it across half court, Jason. Get it across. Last possession here. Shot clock's turned off.
Timeout San Antonio. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining.
Robert Horry is in the game. I think this is a great substitution. Jason Hart is out of the game, so Pop comes in with another shooter. I think he's going to put Shane Heal in the game as well.
Spurs have not hit from the field in almost 5 minutes. The undefeated Lakers are tied on the road in San Antonio at 9.3 on the 4th quarter clock. Ginobili will inbound. Rose. Ginobili inside for the lead. Picked up by Malone. Here comes Payton. And a timeout. Lakers have called time with 1 and 6/10 seconds.
For him, trying to catch the ball right from the sideline, right into the low post area and go right to the basket. This is why it's important to keep your timeouts at the end of games. If the Lakers had none, they would have had to go 3/4 court. Now with them having a full in the 20, they can move it and have a chance to win the game.
Big 4 out there for Los Angeles along with Derek Fisher. Hart, Rose.
Well, Shaq, obviously the Spurs come in empty-handed without their 2 main players that gave you everything that they wanted. Let me ask you something. What was the difference down the stretch, especially in the second overtime?
Down the stretch, I just think we took better shots, made some free throws. It was a tough game for us. You know, they came in, they played well, they shot the ball well. Previously, they've been shooting the ball 31-30%, so we knew coming into that they were going to either shoot worse or better. But, you know, they shot the ball real well tonight, but, you know, we fought. You know, we got
Lakers win in double overtime tonight, 120-117. For Doug Collins and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan saying good morning from San Antonio as we send you to our studios.